Welcome to Space Science Tech, your one-stop destination for the fascinating world of science, space exploration, cutting-edge technology, and much more. I'm Johnny Demonic, your virtual guide on this cosmic journey through the wonders of the universe and the realm of technology. In this video we will be using VirtualBox to install Kali Linux as a virtual machine. Let's begin by downloading VirtualBox, a freely available open-source software, brought to you by Oracle. To do this, launch Google and search for VirtualBox downloads. Then click on the top link. This will take you to the virtualbox.org downloads page. If you are installing this on a Windows host, then click on the Windows host link. This will start the download. While we will be doing this using a Windows 10 PC, note that this will work on any Windows, Mac or Linux devices. We will begin by installing VirtualBox on our host PC. Depending on your internet downlink speed, this should only take a few seconds. Before installing VirtualBox, it is a good idea to verify the integrity of the download by comparing its checksum with that provided on the VirtualBox downloads page. Click on the SHA-256 checksums link and look for the entry that matches the downloaded file. Next, click in the search box and type CMD, and then click on Command Prompt. It might help if you resize the Command Prompt window and position it so you can see the checksum entry and the Command Prompt window at the same time. The Windows command prompt is a text-based interface that allows users to interact with the operating system and perform various tasks using typed commands. It is sometimes referred to as the command line or CMD for short. The command prompt provides a powerful way to manage files, configure system settings, troubleshoot issues, and run various system utilities. Windows command prompt is similar to the Linux shell terminal in that it allows users to interact with the operating system using text-based commands. In command prompt, navigate to the Downloads folder by typing in CD for Change Directory, Downloads with a capital D. Then type dir to view the contents of the Downloads directory. Copy the name of the downloaded file and then type the cert-util-hash file. Paste the name of the file you copied in the previous step and then type SHA-256. Press Enter and compare the results with the checksum provided by VirtualBox. Assuming they match, then you can safely install VirtualBox by clicking on the executable file and waiting for the installation to complete. VirtualBox is a versatile virtualization platform that empowers users to create, manage, and run virtual machines with different operating systems and configurations. Whether you're a developer, system administrator, or cybersecurity enthusiast, VirtualBox is a valuable tool for testing, experimentation, and resource management on your physical hardware. VirtualBox leverages virtualization technology to create isolated environments, known as virtual machines, within your host operating system. This allows you to run multiple operating systems concurrently on a single physical machine. Virtual machines are isolated from the host system, meaning they have their own virtual hardware, storage, and network configurations. This isolation ensures that changes made within a virtual machine do not affect the host system. Additionally, VMs are portable, making it easy to move them between different host machines or backup and restore them. Virtual machines provide a high level of security and isolation. This is especially useful in cybersecurity and ethical hacking scenarios, as you can create isolated environments for testing and experimentation without risking your host system's security. Once your installation is complete, ensure that the checkbox next to Start Oracle VM VirtualBox after installation is selected and then click on the Finish button. Now we will download a virtual machine image from osboxes.org. Either type in the URL in the address bar, or Google OS Boxes and click on the link for osboxes.org. At the top of the page, hover over the VM Images drop-down menu and select VirtualBox Images from the options. As you can see, there are lots of images to choose from. We will be downloading and installing Kali Linux, but feel free to check out Ubuntu, CentOS, or any of the other flavors offered by OS boxes. Click on Kali Linux and then select VirtualBox VDI image. This will redirect you to sourceforge.net. If your download does not begin automatically, then click on the big green Downloads button at the top of the page. Prior to extracting the downloaded VDI file, it's important to confirm the checksum's accuracy. We'll employ the certidal command, as discussed in the previous section. Once again, we'll be verifying the SHA-256 checksum to ensure that our download has not been tampered with. To do this, we will need to open the command prompt. Do this by pressing the Windows key and the R key at the same time. In the Run dialog window, type CMD and press Enter. This will launch the command prompt window. Inside of command prompt, navigate to the Downloads folder using the CD or Change Directory command and then reveal the contents of the Downloads directory by typing dir, short for directory, and pressing Enter. Confirm the file name before continuing. To verify the checksum, type cert-util-hash file followed by the file name and capital S, capital H, capital A256. Press Enter. This process may take a minute or two. If you check the first 4 or 5 characters and the last 4 or 5 characters and they all match up, you can safely assume the entire checksum is a match. Once we've confirmed that the checksums are a match, we can proceed to unpack the downloaded file and set up the virtual machine. The VDI image is compressed using 7-zip. To prepare the image for installation, we must decompress it. For this task, we'll utilize 7-zip, a freely available file archiver and compression tool designed for the compression and decompression of files and directories. If you haven't already installed 7-zip, this would be a suitable moment to temporarily pause the video and proceed with the installation. Afterward, please navigate back to the Downloads folder and perform a right-click action on the file marked as 64-bit.7z. Hover over the 7-zip option, select Extract here and wait for the extraction process to complete. Once this step is complete, we can return to VirtualBox, where we will install Kali Linux as a virtual machine. Launch VirtualBox and click the spiky blue icon labeled New. Enter a name, such as Kali Linux, and select the drop-down next to Type. Select Linux, and in the Version drop-down, select Other Linux, 64. You can now modify the amount of RAM and virtual CPUs that will be assigned to your virtual machine. Depending on your available resources, you may want to assign at least a few gigabits of RAM and 2 or more CPUs. As long as you stay within the green, you should be fine. Here we will select the virtual disk image we previously downloaded. Select the radio button next to use an existing virtual hard disk file and then click on the icon that looks like a folder with a green up arrow. In the hard disk selector window, click on the Add icon and then navigate to the Downloads folder, select the kalilinux.vdi file and then click on Open. Ensure that the Kali Linux VDI is selected and then click the Choose button at the bottom. Click Next and lastly, click on the Finish button. Now, we can initiate the Kali Linux virtual machine to ensure that all functions are operating correctly. While we await the startup of Kali Linux, please take a moment to show your support by liking and subscribing. If you found this video informative, we encourage you to share it with others. Kali Linux is a valuable resource for cybersecurity professionals, students, and anyone interested in exploring and enhancing their knowledge of cybersecurity and penetration testing. However, it should always be used responsibly and in accordance with legal and ethical guidelines. As osboxes.org offered these VM images for free, they come pre-configured with at least one default user account. The default username is osboxes and osboxes.org is the default password for this account. We will use this default administrator account to log into our new virtual Kali Linux machine. That concludes our discussion for now. Join us in the upcoming segment, part 2 of our cybersecurity series within Space Science Tech. In this next installment, we'll explore the process of creating a new user account and removing the default osboxes account that is included with the free virtual machine download. This marks the initial phase on our journey toward mastering space, science, and technology.